Guys, today we're gonna unbox a 3-channel jet. Now, I wasn't planning on buying this one because when I was scrolling through all the RC planes on Lazada website, which is for in the Philippines where I'm at, kind of like Amazon, kind of like eBay, I saw this one, the XK, but it was a little bit more money, so I didn't click buy it now. I kind of skipped it, but later on I watched it on YouTube and I'm like, oh, that's worth the extra money because it's got elevator control on it, and the guys were doing really nice rolls and flips, and then in the air it just spins back upright again from being upside down. I'm like, okay, that's why it's a little bit more money, because basically I started out with this little Z50, the 2-channel, and flies great. And when you are in high rate and you're going wide open throttle and doing some crazy turns, you can get it doing wing overs. I've even had it upside down, so it's a lot of fun. And then my next step was this one, the Fly Bear, and it's the FX823. It's the F16, and I thought, okay, that's going to be about all I need. Well, then I saw this one, 3-channel, and it looks so much fun. It looks like, you know, it should be twice the price, I think, but it's not. It's just a little bit more. So I guess we'll see what we got here. We're going upside down, but good. Everything stayed in there. Okay, got the owner's manual, which is pretty good. And it's basically WL toys, so you get the little WL charger, and you get the landing gear, and you get a couple spare props. And basically, I ordered the J11 in gray, and gray's not really my favorite color, but I already have a yellow plane. I have the red, white, and blue Thunderbirds one, so this one I don't have. And this is a little bit bigger. You can see Fly Bear size compared to this. You get a little bit more wingspan, a little bit longer on the XK, but basically 3-channel. It's got elevator, will go up and down. It's got the servo inside with a little control rod, plus differential thrust of the 2 motors for turning. So we got that, and then it's got a pretty nice looking transmitter. I guess this is more my style transmitter. The Fly Bear one, the kids say, yeah, it's like PlayStation, so I guess that's pretty cool, but a little more traditional transmitter for this one. So I'll get the battery charged up, and I'll read the manual a little bit. This one, no assembly. The 2 vertical stabilizers are already in there. Just got to put in the landing gear, so I'll do that, and then we'll come back and check out what it does. Battery is charged up. 4 AA's in the transmitter. Those you have to supply yourself. And this one has the high and low rate, so it'll, you know, low rate for beginners. It won't turn quite as abruptly. And then high rate for when you want to do stunts. But basically, when you press it and it's high rate, this LED will flash to let you know you're in high rate. There's no beeping like some of the other transmitters, and then when you go back to low rate, it stays on steady. And then there's no trim on this one either, right and left, so same thing. The manual says you gotta bend a little bit on the vertical stabilizers. If it's always turning a little bit left, you gotta bend them accordingly. And I put my landing gear in, and like I always do, a little bit of hot glue on them so they don't get lost when it's bouncing in on a landing. And it's up to you. Some guys don't want landing gear in it. They think it's more realistic flying without the landing gear, and they hand launch and stuff. But I display it in the house, so I always have landing gear, and I think it protects the propellers a little bit better when it's coming in, even on a grassy field where I fly. It'll kind of protect it. And here we go. We'll check out the differential thrust, throttle up, and then for turning, you just, you know, right and left. One motor goes faster and one goes slower. And this one has the elevator where up and down. And the cool thing is, this one also does it itself. I'm not touching the remote, and when I go up, the elevator goes down, and when I go down, the elevator automatically goes up. So it's got the little gyro system in there, and it's got the microprocessor, and I think it's got more thinking power than my first computer, which was a little Radio Shack computer, a little TRS-80 or something like that. That thing was slow as can be, but this thing, that's so cool. That's one reason I bought it, because when the plane is going up, the elevator automatically goes down, and when it's down, then the elevator goes up to kind of compensate for everything. And same thing with rolling. I'm not touching the transmitter, but the computer will send different amounts of voltage to each motor to try and straighten it back out. So, and this is the plane I had to have because on YouTube I was watching the guys doing the Cobra maneuver, just flying slow, but you pull back on the stick, so you got full elevator, and it's just coming by like that, nose in the air, doing the Cobra maneuver like the Russian jets do. And then the loops were cool. You put it in the high rate, and when you're doing the loop, if you like kind of stop it upside down, or it stalls basically, torque of the motor, it would just flip it right and keep on going. But yeah, it'll do cool stunts. You can do rolls, you can do the Cobra. I saw some other guys, they put the little FPV camera on top, which weighted it more, so after their loop, it would actually fly inverted upside down for a little while before it would come back. So yeah, there's some cool stuff you can do. So I will practice flying it a little bit, and then we'll attach that video on to this one, because I don't like to do the maiden flight, because it's kind of boring. I want to learn the stunts. I want to be able to do the Cobra. I want to do some cool loops and do some stalls and have it, you know, inverted and then roll it back and stuff. So this one we're going to have some fun with. So thank you.